What's up, guys? Welcome to our first episode on our channel. I'm Mike.
And I'm John, and we're the DIY Topic Guys.
On this channel, we give you guys an inside look at the hottest trending topics making the most noise around the world today.
Our style is 3 topics, 3 minutes each. You can get in, get the news, and get on with your day.
So listen up, that way you can be the one leading the conversations in your life instead of being the nincompoop in the corner with nothing to say.
So if you guys are new here, thanks a lot for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe down below. Also, make sure you ring that bell for post notifications. That way you never miss out on what's trending.
Everyone else, thanks so much for being here and continuing to support us. Make sure you guys smash that like button down below. And also make sure you guys check us out on all the socials at DIY Topic Guys. Alright guys, first topic is Buzz. So, quick background on Buzz. 75 stocks centered around what's trending. Dave Portnoy is involved in that. Very centric. And he has an endless amount of energy.
Yeah, El Presidente. Come on, let's be real.
Right.
So this is kind of interesting, coming from finance, Series 7, 65, 66, all that stuff. It's going to be kind of a train wreck with Wall Street bets and everything that's already gone on. He said it's not exclusively going to be off Twitter, but it's going to be interactive, and they're going to be pulling from all different socials across the board. The reality is it's going to be easy to manipulate, I think. I think people are going to be able to make bots and online accounts, like for Reddit, for example. I know he said he wasn't going to be exclusively on that, but you can make a ton of bot accounts, start talking about things positively in a positive light, influence stock manipulation 101.
I know that he mentioned that there's a algorithm that goes into it. I wonder if there's a way for it to kind of weed those out. Let's hope that the algorithm is smarter than that, because this could very easily be delisted if there's going to be that much.
Yeah, he said in the algorithm that they're going to rebalance it every month, and it's going to be no particular stock's going to be more than 3% allocation for the whole fund. But he said as far as the algorithm goes, it's going to be reading a positive and negative light. So, and then supposedly it's been out for like 5 years. The algorithm, apparently it's been working for 5 years.
Alright, so let's just highlight a couple things on there. So anyone who's been following the Reddit frenzy, it has left out GameStop and AMC. Those two stocks did not actually hit the threshold that it needs to be in order to make that. They have to have a value of $5 billion for the last couple quarters, and they didn't hit that. But some of the headlining stocks that are in there are Tesla, DraftKings, Plug Power, Ford, Pfizer, Boeing. All ones that are, if you go on
Reddit, names.
Yeah,
big names.
Any of these, you're going to go down the list, and you're going to see people talking about these all day, especially who likes Tesla. Elon Musk, compare him to El Presidente, very eccentric, and I think that he's the perfect front man for this type of stock.
Yeah, it makes sense.
ETF.
He's social media king. You could argue, Barstool and everything. Well, I'm interested to see where it goes, at the very least.
Yeah, so it dropped almost 3.5% in its first day. But I think the bigger shift in this is the thing that what does this symbolize going forward into the future? Is Wall Street dead as we know it in terms of...
Institutional investors are dead. The little guy's a chance again. That's what it is.
There we go.
It's going to be Wall Street bets times 1,000. It's going to be exponentially larger, is all.
All right. On to the next.
All right. So next up, we're talking about Paramount and other streaming services. So if you've watched anything TV related lately, I'm sure you've seen plugs for Paramount Plus. It's all over the place. It's their new thing. It's a Viacom company, so it's essentially all media as we know it. It's all the companies. I think it starts at like $6 a month. It's CBS All Access. If you had that already, it's the same thing. That's what you're going to get a new account for. How many do we need, Mike? How many services do we need?
This is something that kind of bothers me a little bit, because you got Netflix, you got HBO Max, you got Hulu, you got Disney Plus, you got Amazon Prime Video, you got Apple TV Plus, Peacock, Discovery Plus. How many do you need, and how many services can you pay for before you...
Did you mention Disney? Disney Plus is big.
Disney Plus is big.
It's big right now. It's hot. 12 kids. I don't think we need half of them. I gotta be honest. I mean, I don't want to incriminate any people out there, but there's a lot of services out there that get you all these same things we're talking about for the big old goose egg.
Yeah, let's
I don't want to condone that, but I'm just saying no one's going to pay for all these things. Like, who could realistically pay for all of these things?
is this the future? Is this where we're going? We need to know if it's going to be bundled together in the future, as you said before.
Yeah,
about
it's going to be cable all over again. Everyone's going to have cable boxes again. It's going to be an Android box now because that's the next latest technology piece. So everyone's going to buy a new Android box from whoever their subscriber is. And the worst part about it is what Comcast is planning to do. And they're already planning on putting caps, like data caps on home internet. So you want to talk about really getting screwed over with all the streaming, all the data that we're pulling all the time with all the devices we have. It is going to be a train wreck for the average person. It's going to be $1,000 a month bill for the internet.
It's an interesting topic that you bring up because as we get into the digital age and you have all these streaming services, you have more and more people. You got online work, you got work from home, you got school from home. Everyone's using their internet to capacities that it's never been used for. Then you start getting people into the world of 4K streaming and whatever's next after 4K. How are these internet companies going to react to these sorts of things?
I'll tell you, they're going to react. They're going to jack us up. They're going to throttle our data, and then they're going to charge us for overages right on top of it. It's inevitable. It's just like with cell phones. For the longest time, we had data caps. Now everything's unlimited again. It doesn't cost them any more to send more or less data. Like I'm almost speechless at it because it's going to come to a point where it's literally, you want to talk about mashing down the little guy. It's only going to get worse.
Do they all survive?
No.
How did they go forward with it? Combining?
Bundles. Yeah, it's going to be bundled under all in one roof, like everything. Apple, Amazon, Google, whatever. Whoever the main one wins.
All right. And lastly, we are on to minimum wage of $15.
Speaking about not being able to afford things, kind of crazy. I don't know what your thoughts are exactly, but I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, I see both sides honestly because it sucks. Minimum wage is terrible. It hasn't gone up in like a million years, but the cost of everything has gone up exponentially over the past 20 years.
But minimum wage from its inception was never supposed to be what you are living on. It's
correct.
Minimum wage. It's what you were supposed to get paid
as an unskilled worker.
As an unskilled worker working
or entry level.
Right. While you're still in high school, going to learn some skills just to get some fundamentals on how the actual world works. You're not supposed to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years old working minimum wage.
You mean you're not supposed to support a family on $7.25 an hour?
Right.
Didn't know that.
So how do you get around that? You get a job, you go to school, you try to be an entrepreneur in other manners that...
Try to better yourself, learn a skill, learn a skill, learn anything. It's anything is better than just accepting that and saying this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. But the impacts I think it's going to have are going to be detrimental to society because if they're paying everyone $15 an hour, do you know how much food it's going to cost? Do you know how much you go out to eat? It's already like, okay, you and your girlfriend or your wife, you go out to eat, you sit down, you get an appetizer, you split it, you each get an entree, maybe a dessert, maybe a drink each. You're already at $100 now. You know how much it's going to cost then? A burger is going to cost $40. If they have to pay the person $15 an hour that's serving it, and okay, so they'll catch a break because servers get tips, so it'll be $9 an hour is what they're going for.
You sell the hostess.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't make money. You can't make a business like that. The only way the businesses work is they buy everything in bulk. I buy 100 pounds of meat. That's how I could serve you a burger for $10 because I have the margins in there. If I have to start paying all my guys $15 an hour, I'm not buying 1,000 pounds of meat all of a sudden. It's only going to go up. Everything is going to go up with it.
So what's the economical impacts with it? So does the person who is unskilled, who doesn't want to work anymore, in essence of trying to better themselves, do they have a sense of laziness that is plaguing America and probably the whole world?
I don't think it's necessarily on the worker. I think the problem is everything else has gone up in price astronomically. I don't think we need to necessarily bring wages up. I think we need to bring the cost of things down. Look at college alone. College has gone up like 20,000%. When our parents were young, I'll give you an example. One of our friends, I'm not going to go into specifics, his father worked on a Coke truck. He made $40,000 a year, and this is in 1970 with no education. Those Coke truck drivers are making the same amount of money today, but education costs way more than that.
So these are the topics and the worries of the world right now. So
it's crazy, Mike. It's a crazy world we live in.
that's going to do it for today's episode, guys, where we touched on Buzz ETF, we touched on Paramount Plus, and also the federal minimum wage increase to a potential $15.
That's right. So we hope you learned a thing or two, maybe three. If you guys want to continue the conversation, make sure you leave some comments down below. We fully expect that comment section to get out of control.
So, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe down below. Everyone else, thank you guys so much for being here, continuing to support us. Make sure you guys smash that like button, and also make sure you guys are following us on all the socials. That way you guys can stay up to date on everything else that we post on this channel.
That's right. So, with that all said, we will see you next time for another 3 topics for you to get in, get the news, and get on with your day.
We are DIY Topic Guys, your go-to place to look super smart and in the know.